doubling border patrols. Well, we can remind you now of the measures that were announced by Boris Johnson yesterday evening. The new Tier 4 is similar to November's national lockdown restrictions. That will mean no household mixing and no non-essential travel. Non-essential shops, gyms, cinemas, hairdressers and bowling alleys will close. Religious services will still be permitted under Tier 4. Overnight stays, however, are not allowed, and Christmas relaxation plan Tier 4 areas. For the rest of England, the Christmas bubble policy, allowing up to 3 households to meet, will still apply, but now on Christmas Day only. Well, earlier today, the Labour leader held a news conference in which he attacked the Prime Minister for his handling of the rule change.
The alarm bells have been ringing for weeks, but the Prime Minister chose to ignore them. A virus of this sort demands early action, decisive action, a clear plan and a clear message. Yet we've had none of that. The Prime Minister delayed. He told the country to go ahead and have a merry little Christmas. He told people in London and the South East to carry on shopping and to make plans to see families. And yet, 3 days later, he tells millions of families to rip up those plans and introduces further restrictions. What everyone across the is how on earth this happened. Allow people to, they were, when they knew they'd lost control of the virus. It's an act of gross negligence by a Prime Minister who once again has been caught behind the curve, who once again offered confusion, not clarity, who undermined public confidence, who always overpromises and underdelivers, and who is now asking the British people to pay the price for his incompetence.
The Labour leader there speaking a little earlier. Now, yesterday was so-called Super Saturday, the busiest shopping day of the festive period. Today, shops in Tier 4 areas are all shuttered and closed up, and the busy streets of last night are today ghost towns. Sky's Lape Banjo Polarinaro is in Oxford Street. She was there yesterday, she's gone back today, and I'm guessing it's looking very different.
It's looking very different. It's a stark difference to what it was like yesterday. Even yesterday wasn't a typical last weekend before Christmas, but there was a significant amount of people still present in comparison today. If you just take a look behind me, you can almost see just a handful of people, not the typical amount that we're expecting on a day like this. Earlier we spoke to some of these people that are on this strip. Many of them aren't shoppers, or any of them are just coming to check if shops are open, which they're not. All doors to shops are closed, many of which are hospitality and retail stores, and including some people that we spoke to who are going into work because click and collect services are still open, and many people are still shopping online. Many of them expressed their frustration at the last minute changes to the rules, and here's what some of them have to say.
The fact that it was only announced yesterday and it's got to come into effect today, it's very difficult for people, higher up in the businesses to decide what to do.
Now Tier 4 is worse because we just closed our restaurant yesterday night. So we just finished our shift, we closed, and that's it. We are not open anymore because we cannot. To be honest, it's hard times for everybody. We struggle there to survive our
Being well dressed for winter is an obvious advantage, but to survive in a snowy